What's up, y'all? Jay Spruill, movies, music, sports, and life. And you may wonder, why am I doing a Euphoria video now when I haven't done one since the opening episode of season number two? That is primarily because the amount of drug use and the amount of heterosexual and homosexual sex from a bunch of teenagers, it was just gratuitous. It was just too much. And I understand that HBO Max is a little bit edgier than maybe some of the other new streaming networks. And I understand that Euphoria as a whole is edgier. But the first 3 or 4 episodes, man, it was just phallus, 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 penile shots, penile shots, penile shots, hard drugs, hard drugs, hard drugs, lesbian sex, lesbian sex, lesbian sex. And these are all kids that's supposed to be 16, 17 years old. And it just felt immoral, even though I think Zendaya might be going on 30. I think she might be 28, 29 years old. But it was just too much. And then it always seems like when I kind of give up on a show because they're doing too much by that way of expression, it always seems like they come back around. You know, uh, Power was getting crazy with that stuff, and they kind of came back around. Empire, before it got canceled, was just going haywire with that stuff, and they came back around. So eventually, Euphoria came back around. So in the season finale, there's a big play, and the play basically represented all of their lives, uh, including a little bit about Rue's drug addiction and questioned the sexuality of Jake and brought out a lot of other things. And a few kids in the play got real mad about it. But one thing that I liked about it is that at the end of the show, Jules, who has been in love with Rue, and I always felt like that Rue didn't like her as much as she liked her. Uh, I think she gave her a kiss on the cheek when she says that, you know, I want to hang out again or I want to see you again. And she just gave her a kiss on the cheek and just walked away. Or she might even say, I was hoping we could talk again. And she gave her a kiss on the cheek and just walked away. That was an indication that that's not going to happen. Believe it or not, I really respected that, and I really felt that that was mature. You might say, Jay Spruill, what are you talking about? He just left a girl hanging. Nothing is more torturous than leading somebody along that's in love with you and you don't love them back. And it takes some strength to tell the other person, I don't love you back. But I felt that she did it in a very respectful way. It wasn't dramatic. She didn't make up a lie about her to make the other person repulse. You know, it just simply looked at her, kissed her on the cheek, and then kept it moving. And just let Jules just grasp that and just accept it for what it was. And I also feel that even if you don't like somebody in a romantic way, obviously Jewel doesn't. I mean, Rue Zendaya doesn't like Jewel like that. It still shows a lot of respect for her to just say, "I'm just gonna just make a clean break and be done with this." Um, I got to talk about one more thing in the season finale, then I'm gonna get more into the predictions about what I think next year will be about. Well, real quick, Jake got his dad arrested. I guess for all kind of stuff, maybe primarily having sex with a minor. I'm thinking he turned that tape in to the cops, but I guess a lot of physical and mental abuse over the years, he justified it. So I can't imagine what Jake is gonna be like. I guess as the head of the house without his dad being there. But the biggest thing is our little homie Ashtray. Ashtray is gone, y'all. And Fez was crying. Fez was bawling. But little Ashtray is so gangster because he killed the guy that was trying to be a confidential informant that was snitching on them. He, well, I guess even because the thing about Ashtray is he doesn't ever speak, but he's a great young actor in the sense that he emotes with his face, his eyes, the way he looks around the room. So he suspected this guy a long time ago. He should have killed him when he first expected him because when he didn't kill him then, he hadn't agreed to set up a wire, to wear a wire, and to help assist them do the raid to kick the door in. But by waiting and not doing it, he left the door open, no pun intended, for them to kick their door in. And the little dude is so gangster. Once Fez knew what was about to happen, he just took the gun, bam, and just gun butted his brother in the chin so that he could barricade himself in the bathroom. So Fez was trying to stop him because he just knew my little brother's gonna try to take out these police like Rambo by himself. And that's certainly what he did. I think he ended up killing one cop, shot his brother Fez in the leg inadvertently, which could have been fatal. And then when Lil Ashtray got hit, he just had a look of disbelief on his face, and he did not make it. So that brings up three questions for next year. Let's start with Rue. Number one with Rue. She appeared to be very sober by the end of this season two. So my question to you and all the fandom of Euphoria: would you be interested in Rue, aka Zendaya, in a full third season of Euphoria if she is not high? Because it's almost to the point. If she's not high, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that people would be interested, and it's a terrible thing to say, but I'm just not sure. Um, okay. Second question. Kat Hernandez. Her real name is Barbie Fiera. She was really unhappy with the way her character was being written. And apparently, I remember one guy on YouTube told me I have to show a source because he didn't believe me. But I was explaining that she had a blow up on the set and she was screaming and cussing the director out, and she walked off the set because she was upset with the way that her character was being written and the way it made her look on camera. And if y'all remember the scene, I can't tell you exactly which episode it is, but the scene where she broke up with her boyfriend, who was a nice guy, and she said that she was bored with him, and she was telling her friends she was gonna break up with him, but she was guilty about breaking up with him because she said he hasn't done anything wrong. He's just boring to her. And that's the classic thing of women so called not liking squares, but then they claim that they're attracted to bad boys, but when bad boys take a steamy crap on them in a non literal sense, then they're upset, at the bad boys also. So, but that scene was absolutely terrible. Just the way they wrote it, uh, it just, and it was one of the only scenes that she had in like the last. It felt like 3 or 4 episodes that like they never focused on her anymore. So I guess that's the second thing is going into this season 3. I have a feeling they're either gonna write her off or they might do the classic thing like Aunt Vivian, switch her out with another actress. Because the young lady just doesn't seem happy, and there's usually no way that you can get around that. I remember Black Lightning. If you guys remember Black Lightning, the youngest lady, pretty young lady. I think she used to be on Family Matters or one of those shows, one of those sitcoms. But she got very religious and decided she didn't want to have anything else to do with Hollywood. And Black Lightning they had to scrap all the stuff that they wrote and reshoot scenarios, even replaced her with another actress and then brought her back for the finale because she said she just didn't want to act anymore. So when somebody's heart isn't in it, I just can't see her coming back, at least not for a significant role, unless they address the things that she claimed made her uncomfortable. Okay, and the final question. Our boy Fez. Um, yeah, people just love this dude. I think he walks the fine line of a white dude trying to act black and just a cool white dude that's being himself. He doesn't overdo it. He doesn't insult my intelligence with how urban he is. But it seemed like him and the young lady was starting to build a nice little romance without even really getting physical and having sex yet, and that was kind of refreshing to see. I thought that was an important message, because I'm sure Fez is, he's basically on his own. Like he can have company whenever he wants to, so he could have easily been engaging in that, but they seem to have a real wholesome relationship. So I wonder, A, will Fez be able to continue that relationship? I I guess he's gonna go to jail. I don't see how they could do that because he's almost more popular than Zendaya on that show. Like people love Fez, so I don't see what they're gonna do. I don't see I don't see how they can write him off or just have him in jail for the whole season 3. Something has got to give. Um, and I guess the final question beyond will he go to jail? Will he continue the romance with the young lady? Forgive me for forgetting her name. But also, will he be able to get over the death of his little brother, his little adopted brother? Because even though that little kid barely spoke on screen, they were extremely close. And I just don't know from a psychological perspective if that young man will be able to still be himself with that part of him gone. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to subscribe.